Y'all, I can't believe I did that. I can't even say it out my mouth right now. Like, I'm just nervous even just. All right, get it together, Aisha. Get it together. You got this. You got this. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Aisha, and I am back with another video. If it's your first time joining my channel, welcome, and if you've been rocking with me, welcome back. Unfortunately, y'all, that intro, I'm about to have to modify it a little bit for where my channel is going towards, but you read the title. It's self-explanatory. I quit my job. Like, I quit my job 2 weeks ago. I put in my resignation letter, and it was the most bittersweet thing, y'all. Like, it was absolutely the most bittersweet thing, but my season there was up. Like, it was up. I was delaying myself from walking in my purpose and what I know I'm supposed to be doing. And I just couldn't do it any longer. Like, I could have, but then again, I couldn't have. I couldn't have, just for the simple fact that what I was doing anyway, the passion that I wanted to pursue was a big conflict of interest. I would have violated my employment agreement if I were to have started my business and been employed by the firm. So that was a big red flag. Like, I couldn't do both. Like, there was no way around it. I wouldn't have been able to do both. And the second thing, like the second biggest thing for me is I just knew, like I knew without the shadow of a doubt, like it was time for me to go. I knew that my job was becoming a crutch almost, and I don't think that's healthy for anybody. You know, when your job literally it gets to the point where it's like, it's just a check. It's just paying the bills. Like, sometimes there's no way around that. There's no way around that. But I feel like if you have a plan in place and you have laid the groundwork, to turn your situation around, and you're able to do so because you have the means, the mental means, the financial means to do so, do it. Like, do it. It was so hard for me, honestly. The hardest part about all of this is I was going to have to literally be a physical, live, in-person example to display this faith that I encourage everybody else to have. Like, this crazy faith that's so easy for me to tell other people to have and to walk in it, and I gotta believe God for this, and He gonna work it out. He gonna meet you where you are. It was so hard to encourage myself in that same effort. Like, you guys do not understand. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to take the biggest risk of my life. This whole entire year has been absolutely crazy. Because, I've been thinking about this for so long, planning, trying to, determine and figure out what I wanted this to look like, making sure that the season that I was going to step into was actually my purpose and, my passion and stuff. Because I'm like, all right, Aisha, once you do this, there's no turning back. I won't say there's no turning back, but because I can always just get another job. But I knew if I was going to invest so much into something, time, money, my mental health, like I made a lot of sacrifices in preparation for me pursuing my passions. And I just know that, I don't know, I went through a roller coaster for sure. People were having to keep me encouraged, and I always said the funniest thing about this is that you can ask anybody. I envision success for Aisha to be me working up the corporate ladder and being this boss woman in business, and that's just what it was. I did my undergraduate degree in business. I did my master's program in business, and the world of corporate America, like, that was just where I saw myself to fit, and just working up to be like a top dog in whatever firm that I was at. But God, God is so funny, y'all. Like, God really was like, no, bigger. Like, that's what you thought that I had for you. Like, that's what you thought the finish line looked like. And I had to think about it. I'm just like, entrepreneurship, that has never been a thought that I even entertained without like laughing, or thinking that it's like comical, because that just was not me. Anybody who, ventured off to walk in the lane of entrepreneurship and stuff, I was like, ooh, yes, good for them. Like, not for me though, not for me. I can't do that. But really, what really sparked it for me, I would have to say, is I knew that I was selling myself short. And I knew that the primary reason I never really entertained the thought of entrepreneurship was, I don't even know how to be successful in that space. I don't know how to start no business. I don't know how to run no business. Nothing. And that's too much work on the front end. And then it's a risk. You don't know if you're going to get a paycheck every month or not. You know what I'm saying? All of the typical things that anybody would be thinking about if they were trying to transition into entrepreneurship. And I was like, Aisha, if that's your thinking, you know good and well that that's the same thinking for thousands, hundreds of thousands of other people. And that's when it like clicked to me, Aisha, that's a gap, that's a need that definitely needs to be met, especially across my generation. Okay, like, and I don't know what y'all's ages are who's watching this video, but my generation, the 20-somethings, are booming with people starting their own businesses. Okay, and I was just like, oh my goodness. I used to admire certain organizations like Boss Babe and Bucket List Bombshells, like all of these little groups that really thrive and capitalize off of helping people start their own business, or showing them the ropes, or showing them how they can accelerate their social media to make their, turn their followers into customers, and really how to brand your business in such a way that you will be setting yourself up for success. And I was like, I can do that. Like, I can do that. And I'm like, it was all so simple to me. And when it came to me, I'm like, girl, you love business. You love helping people. How can you merge those two loves together and make something out of it? And I'm like, why? The concept was so simple, and it took me so long to grasp that concept. And then it wasn't until I got certified in business consulting a year ago. Last December, I got certified in business consulting, and when I tell you guys, I knew that I had made it, and this was something that energized me and fulfilled me, because I have never, in all my years of schooling, learning, I don't know how I was a top student across all of my educational years, but I have never actually read a textbook before my consulting class. Because I couldn't. Like, I could not study. I could not just like read, but the content from my business consulting course was so interesting to me. And I was like, I'm really like reading this and learning and taking notes and, ready to get going, like do something with that certification. Because I'm just like, wow, like I think I found like my thing, like I found my it. And it was so amazing to me how God can really just show up and blow your mind. Because I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to just keep this certification for no reason. Especially, I wanted to utilize my credentials in the way that I saw fit. I didn't want somebody like, oh, you're certified in this. This is what you'll be doing for these people or whatever. I was like, what better way to honor, my hard work than to actually use it for something that I can be proud of, that my name can be tied to. I know it's really, really hard to walk away from something that's secure. You got a check come in every 2 weeks, all this stuff. I think that was probably the hardest part, and just kind of learning the ropes of how to, how you're gonna operate a business and stuff, and the struggles you may have to overcome, the obstacles that are bound to happen. I think that is what I allowed to scare me for so long. But I was like, Aisha, you're selling yourself short. You're limiting yourself because you have something down on the inside of you that's so strong, that's so great. Like, everybody else was seeing stuff in me that I wasn't seeing in myself. And it took my close friends to like really bring that out. Like, straight up tell me, you're not gonna fail. You're not gonna fail. You don't have anything to worry about. Do you know who you are? You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. And I'm just like, yeah, but, like, you know, I was just so on edge, you know, even when, like, I struggled so badly submitting my resignation letter. I'm like, oh my gosh, when I do this, like, it's done, it's a wrap. I struggled so greatly also when I was gonna make my first post on Instagram that I even had a business coming out. Like, I was so nervous. Y'all, when I tell you, my finger was like this. Like, I could not hit share. Like, I tell you, no, like, my finger was shaking. I was just like, breathe, it's gonna be okay. Like, people, they're either gonna support you or they're not. Like, or they're not. So for me, you know, this was something that Aisha Nicole was just like ringing bells to me. And every time I looked in the mirror, I got a glimpse of what I'm gonna be doing, like traveling and speaking, and, you know, being a bomb business consultant, entrepreneur, all this stuff, because that's where the other ventures come into play. And I actually get to, for YouTube purposes, like, I actually get to really focus and grow my brand and my platform on YouTube as well. And I'm just like, I am merging all of those things together. I love content creating. I love creating these videos for you guys. Like, YouTube has really given me a family, okay? Like, my social family, like, my greatest following is on YouTube, like, across anything that I have. And I was just like, what can I do with that? Like, there's no specific job that's gonna allow me. There could be, but I don't know where it's at. But I didn't know a job where it was gonna be, you know, you get to do YouTube and business consulting and sell products all in one. I don't know no jobs like that. Like, if you do, don't even send them my way, because I'm gonna take my own business seriously. But that was like my whole motive behind all of this, is what can I do? And I just knew, I don't know, when it's yours, I feel like it hits differently, because this is your baby. Like, Aisha Nicole, that's me, but that is my baby. Like, my brand, my business, like, that is my baby. I want, you know, anything tied to it to be, you know, good quality, and I want to continue to elevate and level up to produce the best, you know, services and stuff for people, because I want to see everybody win. And that is my primary motive. That was my primary motive behind building Aisha Nicole, because I know there's so many people who is in my exact same position. They're wanting to do something, or they already have something, but they don't know how to operate effectively, you know. And I'm just like, that is a need that God has called me to lead, you know, and take charge of. And I'm just answering the call. Literally, like, that's it. Like, I'm answering the call. I have no idea how big or how small Aisha Nicole, like, my brand will ever be. You know, I pray that it does well. I pray that my YouTube channel just skyrockets out of nowhere, to where I can actually consider this an additional income stream. Because, like, right now, it's like, all right. But I would love to see my channel and my brand grow beyond my imagination, because I've worked so hard, and every little detail and every little thing that I'm doing, the sacrifices, the, you know, educating myself and stuff, also that I can be a resource to other people. And it has been a journey. Like, it has truly been a journey. But I'm so excited. Like, in 2 weeks, my brand goes public. You guys will be able to book services with me or shop my merch on my website. Content is shifting. I'm going to be producing a different style of content. A lot more business related content will be on my channel. And yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy the ride. This has been, it's been a journey, y'all, because I literally started thinking about this and got the vision and stuff well over a year and a half ago. So when take me, if you don't learn anything else out of this video, take me for example. I am a regular old person, you know, with just dreams and goals, and I just chose not to step outside of God and do things prematurely, which is why it took so long. But I'm thankful because I know this is going to be something that I'm very, very proud of. So yeah, that is my life update, literally from corporate America to serial entrepreneur in 2 weeks. And I'm just like, wow. Between my consulting business and my Aisha Nicole the shop, like, I am now a serial entrepreneur, and that is, it doesn't even feel right saying it right now. Like, I don't know, but I'm gonna get off here. I'm sorry that this video was so long. What am I supposed to say? Thank you guys so much for supporting whatever it is that I choose to do with my channel. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me some comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.